Well, howdy there, everybody. How is it going? Welcome back to another, another talking video. In all seriousness, thank you guys so much for the positive feedback. You asked me to do more of these from the last one that I posted, and I figured, why not? So we'll pick another topic and just kind of talk to you guys about it. So obviously you saw the title of the video. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting on? Whatever you want to call it. And it's about playing your guitar. And basically, you know, we all kind of get into these ruts where we're like, we're not getting any better, you know, all this kind of stuff. Or maybe, you know, you're starting out and you're not understanding why, you know, you're not progressing. And the best place to start with is, well, what are you doing instead of doing this? Instead of holding the guitar, playing it. And I think that's a huge thing. So what we need to do is we need to address the issue of how can we play more? How can we have this guitar in our hands more? And sometimes that's going to mean multitasking. You know, as a musician, whether it's your career or your hobby, whatever it is, I've spent many times in there working on stuff, you know, food's cooking with a guitar strap on, and just kind of trying to play the guitar while the food's cooking and stuff like that. So it sounds silly, but it's kind of like finding those little extra moments of playing that I think makes a huge impact on us as players. If you're constantly just finding, you know, 20 minutes here, 10 minutes there, you know, it starts to add up. So a lot of times if you're sitting there watching TV, I don't have a guitar pick in my hand. Here's a pick. Hello. You know, just sit there, unplugged guitar if possible. Of course, you know, if there's people in the room and you don't want to disturb them, that's completely understandable. But if it's at all possible, even if you're just doing chromatic stuff, look, I mean, you can barely hear that. It's not super loud. It's not going to be annoying to anyone. It's just, you know, get the guitar in your hands as much as possible. So much of what we do as guitarists and musicians is trying to constantly find that connection between, you know, what we hear in our head and how do we translate that to the guitar. You know, we hear something and we're like, oh, I really want to hear this. And the longer you play, the more you hear that. And, you know, in theory, we should be better at connecting those dots. And I think that what happens is it's just the more time the guitar is spent in your hand, the more you know this fingerboard, whether you play 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, or if there's a 15-string guitar out by now, you know, doesn't matter. The more you have this, the more you're connecting with the instrument, the better that is going to be. The quicker the results are going to be to figuring out, like you hear a chord, I know I'm not plugged in, but and I'm like, da-da-da-da. You know, whatever the rhythm would be or melody, but it's so much about, you know, getting the guitar in our hands. So don't wait till later to practice. Don't wait till tomorrow. Don't wait till the weekend. Find time now to play, you know. Now is when you're going to get better. Later, you will not be better. But now you can start working on that. So whatever you're doing while you're watching this video, if you don't have a guitar in your hand at this point, grab your guitar and just sit there. And like I said, chromatic stuff. Just to have something, you know, your fingers are on the instrument. You're making this physical connection with the strings and stuff like that. I'm such a just of the mindset of the more that we have this, you know, on our lap, whatever your go-to guitar is, just any guitar in general, the more we are sitting here with this instrument in our hands, the more we are connecting with it. The more my hand is getting used to the feel of this neck. You know, my hand is very familiar with this neck right now. And it's so comfortable for my hand. And it's because I've spent so many hours on it. And if I was always just waiting till later, waiting till tomorrow, waiting till the weekend, waiting, you know, after work, you know, I mean, obviously if you can't take your guitar to work, that's understandable. But what I mean is, you know, you can't always wait till later to do this stuff, you know. So my advice is to find time now to play, to practice, to get better, because being able to play music, to create, you know, a song, whatever it is seriously one of the most like amazing experiences ever. It's so fulfilling. It's so motivating, especially as you continue to do it throughout years of playing. You'll be so thankful that you get to look back and have these, you know, pieces of music. It's like a piece of your past almost that you've written. You know, and it'll remind you maybe of like, oh, something that was going on. So songs can be a great way of just making that connection with yourself, with others. You know, when you play something and someone's like, oh, I love the way that sounds, that's very like, not from like a narcissistic standpoint of like, oh, they like me. It's, oh, you got it. You got the message that I was putting out there with this piece of music. What I was trying to say, you understood. And I love that feeling. And I think that that's, you know, such a great thing. That's why being a guitarist, being a musician is so fun. You know, so inspiring just to continue writing, whether you play metal, jazz, funk, blues, melodic, rock, whatever it is. If your hands are on that guitar and you're playing it, go for it. Play whatever inspires you, whatever makes you want to play. And the most important thing of all is don't wait till later to play it. Don't wait till later to write that song. Find a way to write it now. So, hope you guys enjoyed that video. Just a little bit of a chit chat with you. You guys said you dug them. If you want more of these, let me know. And other than that, then I will be seeing you all on Wednesday. Peace out, homies. Hope you're having a great week. And I will see you later.